One wrong move, and it's over before you even realize what hit you. These weapons weren't just deadly, they were designed to end fights in seconds. And the worst part? Most victims never had a chance to react. Like and subscribe if you want to see more brutal history. 1. Katar. The Katar was one of the most lethal close combat weapons ever created. It was a push dagger designed for direct, powerful thrusts. The unique handle allowed the blade to align with the forearm. This gave maximum force in every strike. Unlike traditional knives, it focused purely on penetration. The blade could pierce deep into vital organs instantly. Some versions were even designed to punch through armor gaps. In extremely close range, it was almost impossible to defend against. There was no need for wide swings or complex movements. Just one precise thrust could be fatal. It was fast, silent, and brutally efficient. Assassins and warriors valued it for its killing speed. In skilled hands, it left no time for reaction. That is why the Katar stands as one of the deadliest weapons in history. 2. Halberd. The halberd was one of the most versatile weapons in medieval warfare. It combined an axe blade, a spear point, and a hook into one weapon. This design allowed multiple attack styles in a single fight. Soldiers could slash, stab, or pull enemies off balance. Its long reach gave a major advantage over shorter weapons. Enemies could be struck before getting close enough to fight back. The hook was often used to drag riders off horses. It was especially effective against both infantry and cavalry. In formation, halberds created a deadly defensive line. The weapon required coordination but was highly effective. A skilled user could control distance and dominate the fight. Its versatility made it unpredictable and dangerous. Few weapons matched its range and flexibility in close combat. That is why it ranks among the deadliest weapons in history. 3. Warhammer. The warhammer was designed to defeat armored opponents in close combat. Unlike swords, it did not rely on sharpness to kill. Instead, it focused on raw force and concentrated impact. The hammerhead could crush bones even through heavy armor. Many versions had a spike on the back for piercing metal plates. A single well-placed strike could end a fight instantly. It was especially effective against knights in full armor. The weapon required strength but also precise targeting. Hits to the head or joints were often fatal. It turned the advantage of armor into a weakness. Compared to blades, it was more brutal than elegant. In tight combat, it was terrifyingly efficient. Few defenses could fully stop its impact. That made it one of the most feared weapons on the battlefield. 4. Katana. The katana was the iconic weapon of the samurai in feudal Japan. It was designed for speed, precision, and deadly cutting power. The curved blade allowed smooth and fast draw strikes. A skilled user could strike in a single fluid motion. The edge was incredibly sharp, capable of slicing through flesh easily. Unlike many weapons, it required years of training to master. Every movement had to be controlled and deliberate. In close combat, timing meant the difference between life and death. The katana was not just a weapon, but a symbol of discipline. Its effectiveness relied heavily on the skill of the wielder. Against untrained opponents, it was devastatingly efficient. But against armor, it was less effective than blunt weapons. Still, in the right hands, it was one of the deadliest blades ever made. 5. Gladius. The Gladius was the primary weapon of Roman legionaries for centuries. It was a short sword designed specifically for close combat fighting. Unlike long swords, it excelled in tight formations and crowded battles. Roman soldiers used it with a large shield called the scutum. They would stab rather than slash to maximize lethal efficiency. A single thrust could penetrate vital organs quickly. The blade length made it fast and easy to control. It was especially deadly in disciplined formations like the testudo. Enemies often faced a wall of shields and hidden blades. The Gladius was not just a weapon, but part of a system. Its effectiveness depended heavily on training and coordination. In skilled hands, it was brutally efficient and reliable. However, alone, it was less versatile than longer or heavier weapons. That is why it ranks lower, but still deadly in the right context. 6. Dane Axe. The Dane Axe was a fearsome weapon used by Viking warriors. It featured a long handle and a massive razor-sharp blade. This gave it incredible reach and devastating cutting power. A single swing could cleave through shields and armor. The weapon relied on momentum and strength to deliver fatal blows. In open combat, it was terrifying to face. Enemies often fell before getting close enough to strike back. Skilled warriors could control distance and dominate fights. However, it required both space and physical power to use effectively. In tight quarters, it was harder to maneuver quickly. Despite that, its raw killing potential was undeniable. One clean hit was often enough to end a battle instantly. It became a symbol of power and brutality on the battlefield. That is why the Dane Axe remains one of history's deadliest weapons. 7. Dory. The dory was the primary weapon of ancient Greek hoplites. It was a long spear designed for disciplined, close combat formations. Used alongside a large shield, it created a powerful defensive wall. The spear allowed soldiers to strike enemies from a safe distance. Its reach made it deadly before opponents could get close. In a phalanx formation, rows of spears moved as one unit. Enemies faced multiple spear points at the same time. A single thrust could penetrate deeply and cause fatal wounds. The rear spike could also be used as a secondary weapon. It was simple in design, but extremely effective in battle. Success depended on teamwork and precise coordination. Against unorganized enemies, it was overwhelmingly powerful. It dominated ancient battlefields for centuries. From silent blades to crushing force, these weapons shaped the outcome of countless battles. Each one proves that in close combat, skill and design decide who survives. Like and subscribe for more brutal history content.